Hey everybody, hope you're all doing well in these uncertain times. Today's video is going to be a short 2.5 month plan for PLAB-1 exam. This video is recorded by Dr. Nandini Gopal and it is done for the UKIMG YouTube channel. So let's get started. So before we go into the actual study plan, I'm going to tell you an overview of what are the things that you can expect to be covered in these 2.5 months plan for PLAB-1 exam. So our main target is to have a minimum 2 revisions for PLAB-1 and at least 5 mocks that you need to practice before your exam in order to work on your time management skills. So the way this study table is designed is that in the first month, you will be reading new concepts and notes. It is either going to be from your own notes or PLAB keys or any coaching notes that you want to study from. And the second month, it's going to be revise those concepts and then add on a new question bank. So that way you can look at the case questions and try to answer them. And in the last 2 weeks of the exam, you are going to practice on mocks and make sure that you are familiar with the time management area of the exam, and you are going to have a minimum of 2 revisions in the last 2.5 weeks. So let's begin with the actual study plan. This video is an example for those students who are taking their exam in October 15th of 2020. But if your exam is either before or after October, you can see all the different things that you can add to your own schedule, and hopefully it will be beneficial to you. So for your first month of PLAB-1 preparation, you could divide the subject into short subjects and the subject with most marks and the internal medicine topics. In order to give you a little bit more idea on what I call as short subjects and what I call as subject with most marks, this is whiteboard of where I have written all the subjects that you need to focus for PLAB-1 and other things as well, which I will explain later in this video. So for the first month, these are the subjects that I have divided as short subjects. These include dermatology, ophthalmology, pharmacology, anatomy and orthopedics. So these are the things that we are going to cover first. So here is the timetable of short subjects from day 1 to day 7, and then we are going to read the subjects with the most marks, which are 4 subjects. Those are pediatrics, surgery and OBGY and psychiatry. So these 4 subjects, you can expect questions throughout the paper. So our main focus should be on these subjects and the internal medicine topics, which includes cardiology, emergency, all of that jazz. For the bigger subjects like surgery, pediatrics, obs and gyn and psychiatry, you could take anywhere between 1 to 2 days, or you could follow this schedule as well. So that goes from 9 to 13. So you're going to take a minimum of 5 to 6 days for these little bit bigger subjects. And then in the end, we are going to go through the internal medicine topics. So here is a diagram of all the internal medicine topics. So the way I have divided this is that I have included cardiology, emergency together and palliative, critical, metabolic medicine and oncology in one group. The reason why I did this is because most of the things is going to be similar with cardiology and emergency. And as for palliative, critical, metabolic and oncology, these are really small subjects. So you could take a maximum of 2 to 3 days in order to complete these subjects for the first time, rough see-through. And the next I have grouped GI or gastrointestinal, as some people might call it, and urinary, urology and nephrology together. The reason is because again, these are all comes under the similar topic, and most of the diseases and most of the syndromes and conditions that we're going to look is going to be similar. So if we group these subjects, it is going to be really easy for you to understand and know these subjects in depth. And the next grouping that we're going to see in medicine is for infectious and respiratory and rheumatology. For rheumatology, you can either group it with this or you can also group it with dermatology and add it to your short subjects list. And last we have endocrine and neurology and hematology. So these 3 things are kind of off the hook, so you can read them as you go, or you can add neurology with your anatomy and orthopedics. So that way it is going to be easy for you to understand the topic in detail, and this is one of the proved methods for reading. When you group the subjects together, it is going to be really easy for you to understand. So this is the way I have grouped the subjects together, and it has almost always worked for me during my own exams in medical schools. And going back to our first month of plan, now you will get a better idea of why I have combined the subjects the way I did, as you can see from the timetable. So first thing is that for short subjects, you're going to take 1 to 7 days, and then you're going to do your most asked questions subjects, which is surgery, pediatrics, OBGY and psych. And then you're gonna do internal medicine from day 14 to day 28, and last we're gonna do ethics, because ethics is quite easy if you just understand the case-based scenarios. And I have left 3 days at the end of this month, so you can use this for adjustments. So for example, you can read your short subjects and then have like a day break, and then you can finish your most asked mark subjects and you can have like a day or 2 break, and then you can go for the internal medicine. So you can adjust it to your own needs. So this is a rough plan for the first month of your 2.5 month study plan. So coming to the next second month of September 2020. So as you can see, we are going to revise the materials that we read first, that is revise the study notes, for example Samson notes or PLAB-1 keys, and we are going to add any question bank to test our knowledge in the materials that we studied. You want to read the notes first on the first day, and then you're going to solve those subjects in your question bank or PLABable whatsoever. So as you can see, again it's the same method. You are going to do short subjects first, and then your most asked question subjects and internal medicine. The way you're going to do that is that you're going to condense the time taken for the first time, as in you're going to do 2 subjects in 1 day, and you're going to solve these 2 subjects the next day without looking at your notes, and you're going to see the mistakes that you did. So this way the whole September month is going to be covered, and then we're going to move forward to our next and the last 2 weeks before the exam. So in these 2 weeks you are going to do lots and lots of mock tests in order to get the time management correct, and you're also going to have a minimum of 2 revisions. The way you're going to do that is that you're going to take each week for 1 revision. So that way, from October 1st to October 7th, you're going to have for your first revision, and then from October 8th to 14th, you're going to have your second revision. And each day your mock is going to take a minimum of 2 hours to 3 hours. So after that, you can go through those mistakes that you did, and you can also revise your previously studied subjects. On this final slide, I'm going to explain the different things that you can add if your exam is in September or November, the extra things and mocks that you can do. So the first thing in this image is that all the available resources that I was studying, although I would recommend you don't really have to go through all of this, but at the end of your exam, you have to make sure that you have completed almost everything, ranging from your own notes and any question bank, for example PLABable or Dr. Khalid 1700 book or any other thing. And you also have to make sure that you have gone through any kind of revision material like PLABers or PLAB keys. So that is the first column, and in the second column you can go through the different kinds of mocks available for your time management testing that you're going to do in the October 2020 or the last 2 weeks of your PLAB-1 plan. So these mocks include med revision mocks, Samsung mocks, and PLABable big mocks if you're buying those, and the mocks available in the PLABable app, or the mocks arranged from Dr. Khalid's 700 book. So you can just do any mock and then time yourself to see where you stand. And the next thing you can do in the last 1 month is that you can do different kinds of recalls. So that is the third column that I have given in this picture. You can do different kinds of recalls, and you can also attend a PLABable webinar or any kind of webinars that is available for free. And you can download the clichés that is made by previous PLAB test takers and revise them, and make sure that you have gone through all the updates that is available in the sites or updates that is available in patient.info from the UK official website, and make sure that you have revised the notes on your most difficult topics. For example, in pharmacology, the drug names and the APGAR score, all the things that you tend to forget easily. So you have to make sure that you either take a screenshot of those or take a photo of those, and then make sure that you keep on revising it so that it is in your subconscious memory. So that's it for this video, guys. This video is meant to be a short 2.5 month plan for your PLAB-1 exam, and all the different kinds of sources that you can add and the mocks that is available for free that you can